Drew and Stu are on the air.
Ready? Right.
Whether you're fading with Drew or riding with Cam, this is the place to get your weekly NFL picks. Presented by Sports Interaction, Canada's sportsbook.
Everything you got, let's go.
Hello and welcome to week 10 of the Drew and Stu podcast. I'm Drew Livingstone, that's Cam Stewart. And today we go over every game on the week 10 slate, brought to you by Sports Interaction. All of our lines are powered by Sports Interaction. Cam, not a great week last week for both of us, but your Detroit Lions finally came through. We said if they didn't come through, you were going to get off the wagon, but they came through. So that means you got to ride with them the rest of the season, right?
Do I? I don't think I do. Anyway, Drew, no, it's funny. If I actually stuck to my guns and do what I usually do, that's when you tell when you're rattled gambling, like all big dogs, and we took like big favorites. It didn't work, and it could have been a really good week, but instead I went the other way, and it's a disaster. One thing I've learned over the past is stick with it, but even I got off it last week too. I don't know what it is. It's just sometimes your mind needs to be right when you're doing this stuff. It's hard to do it earlier on in the week, but we'll do our best. It doesn't get any easier with Atlanta and Carolina on Thursday.
Oh man, what a mess of a game that is. And yeah, Cam,
Yes.
it was a double whammy week for me. The bets weren't great, and then Josh Allen hurt his arm, and I was just like, oh my god, that's I thought the season was over for a second, but then he threw a 70-yard bomb the next play. But what a disaster that game was. Anyways, let's start this slate off, Cam. Thursday nighter, huge game. No, it's not. Carolina hosting Atlanta. Atlanta 3-point favorites on the road. Cam, you can start this one. We saw you were on Carolina last time and you got the backdoor cover / Hail Mary nonsense to save your day. Though Carolina was the better team in that game for most of it. Do you think Carolina can pull this one out with PJ Walker?
I do. I don't love the game, and I'm going to tell you, Atlanta, it's unbelievable. These guys are in first place, Drew, at 4-5. Can you believe that?
Isn't that insane?
Yeah. The Atlanta Falcons, a team that was projected, like Seattle, to be one of the worst teams in the league. Unbelievable the way the NFL
said they may
works.
not win a game in our season preview.
I think you did. You said the Atlanta Falcons might not win a game. And hey, but buddy, I'm not going to rip you. I got my own problems. I got my own bad picks, but Carolina really outplayed Atlanta that last game, and I remember watching it. They made some mistakes down the stretch. I'm not going to say PJ Walker's good, but coming off that big loss too, Drew, where they got embarrassed by Joe Mixon with his 5 touchdowns. I got to take the home dog in 3. Right now, the betting public's on Atlanta by the time of taping. I'm not confident in anything. As I say, like, this has been a really difficult last 3 weeks. And I'm going to go with Carolina here. I just think it's going to be a tight game. I'll take the 3. I really think this game might go to 3.5 by game time. If you like Carolina, I'd wait it out because people will bet Atlanta.
Yeah, Cam, you were off the Atlanta train last week, and they got back on and they covered. I think
no, Chargers covered. It was 2.5.
No, our line on the show though was 4.5 on the Wednesday when we taped on Wednesday. It dropped.
It was 3, wasn't it?
No,
3?
No, I got it right here.
Drew, no,
No, I got the sheet.
No, you don't have the sheet. And I'm going to start.
Oh, it was 3.5. It was 3.5.
3.5 was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's funny because I bet the Chargers on Sunday. I got it right at 2.5. So I don't know where you're coming up with this stuff. I'm going to document this stuff now. You know I'm busy. I'm going to write everything down so you can't pull the wool over my eyes.
Watch the tape.
I will.
That's
3.5. Carolina. Who do you like?
I like Atlanta. I think they're the better football team in this, and I don't think a Hail Mary touchdown is going to save Carolina at the end of this one. So give me the Falcons to win this game, and they only have to win by a field goal, so I will go with that. Mystery tiebreaker, man, is going with the Atlanta Falcons as well, Cam. Starting off not so hot. I guess, well, who knows? We don't know. The tiebreaker is usually right, but we'll see. All right, moving on, Cam. Your Seattle Seahawks underdogs going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady, not a very impressive win against the Rams. That was a crazy. Sean McVay, instead of trying to get the first down, was just like, oh, let's run off 40 seconds. Let's run off 40 seconds. Yep. Old school Sean McVay goes for that first down passing and is not scared of giving the ball back to Brady, Cam. What did you think of that decision to just run it 3 times?
Horrible. He's rattled too, just like me on the show. Like, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's in orbit. You're right. This for a team that had confidence before, they made some bad decisions. Tampa Bay was very lucky in that game.
Oh yeah.
You know what, Drew? I'm going to be honest with you. This game's in Germany. Dan Dusseldorf, Mike Munich. I don't know. Like Tom Brady on a long flight to Germany. I hope it with his old bones that doesn't end well. But here's the thing. Seattle's been great. I don't know when the wheels are going to fall off. They just never seem to. This team has just shocked me week after week after week. I've been on them sometimes, and I got to be honest with you, I thought it was a spot for Arizona, and it wasn't. Seattle's just a better team. Yep. What are we going to do? I don't know how they're going to handle this Europe trip. They got a lot of young guys on their team. That's the issue. Listen, this is a spite pick. Tampa Bay is probably better equipped for a trip overseas, but I'm going to take the 2.5 points with the Seahawks due to their good play, but it's a very difficult game.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about, like you said, is Seattle's so young and inexperienced when it comes to this stuff. Whereas, like, this is a neutral site game where we know Tom Brady's played so many of these in his career. But the Bucks just aren't good, Cam. Like, I'm sick of people saying, like, "Oh, don't worry, they have Tom Brady. Tom Brady's only favored by this. Tom Brady only needs to win by 2. Tom Brady only needs to cover a 7." It's like, yeah, but their team has not performed at all. And Seattle, keep doubting, keep doubting, keep doubting, and all they do is just keep winning by 10, keep winning by 6. You know what, Cam? I'm not getting in the way of this train anymore. I'm going with the Seahawks as well. You know what? If we're wrong, we're wrong, but I can't get off the Seattle train right now.
No, I can't. It's hard to. I wish I took them like every single. If I was a real fan, instead of trying to pick their spots, I'd actually be making. I'd be rich this year.
Yeah,
but
you could have made a lot of money.
I have been betting them live though, Drew. Watching the game, Seattle's a really good tell. Some teams you can't tell, but I could tell early in the game when they're playing Arizona. I'm like, they're going to beat these guys. So when I make a wrong pick, that's the best thing about live betting. Like I just saw, like, I don't trust Kyler Murray at all, but we'll get to that story at another time. But yeah, give me Seattle as well.
All right, Cam, your Detroit Lions going to Chicago to take on the Bears. Justin Fields coming off over 170 yards rushing, breaking Michael Vick's single game record for a quarterback. I mean, this guy is playing out of his mind. He's the quarterback one in fantasy over the last 4 weeks. Chicago only needs to win by 3, and they're going against the 31st worst run defense in football in Detroit. Explain to me why the Lions are still going to cover, though, Cam. I need you to tell me why the Lions are going to cover.
I don't know. I'm kind of split in this game. And originally, I like the Bears. I'm going back and forth. I'll take the Lions at 3. It's a divisional game. Here's the thing. I really like what Chicago's done. I had them against Miami, Drew. They actually covered in that game, and it got interesting. The problem with Chicago is probably the best bet in this game would be the over before it hits 50, because I don't know how either team's is going to help you. Yeah, exactly. But we pick sides on the show here, and I'm going to take the 3 with the Lions. I saw something against Green Bay there. They looked like they were coming around. They're galvanized, but Chicago's playing better too. So what do you do in a tight game like this? I take dogs. I'll take Detroit, and I don't take it with a lot of confidence. My lean is to Leo the Lion. Give me Detroit. But Ben, I got to tell you, the Bears have been playing good football.
Yeah, it's been impressive. And can we talk about the Detroit defense picking off Rodgers twice in the red zone, and why Green Bay, with the 1-2 punch of Jones and Dillon, was like, oh, you know what? We're going against the second worst run defense in football. Let's just throw it every time. Like,
exactly.
What is LaFleur doing? Like, I don't know what, and like,
I don't know what Rodgers is doing either.
Well,
like,
exactly.
It's on both of them. He threw Rodgers under the bus the way Rodgers throws everybody else under the bus. And it's a pleasure to see this, because this Green Bay team, they've been just yelling at each other all year. There's no continuity there, and you lose outright to Detroit. Well, that's your problem.
And then you see Rodgers after the interception in the red zone, the second one, he was just like, oh, you're supposed to be cutting this way. How about you stop throwing bad footballs, Rodgers?
Exactly. Everything's everybody else's fault. Exactly.
Anyways, I'm going with Chicago here, Cam. I don't see how Detroit stops the run game in Chicago. If this was in Detroit, maybe I go with the Lions, but because it's in Chicago, I'm going to go with the home team. So we are a split once again. Let's see if you can guess where mystery tiebreaker is going in this one.
Chicago.
Detroit, the Lions +3. So there you go. 2 of you back together again. All right, Cam. The Jacksonville Jaguars have not lost a game by more than 8 points this season. Are 9.5-point underdogs going to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs, who have yet to cover a spread at home. Saying all that means that you would think I'm going Jacksonville, but I'm going KC, Cam. I just don't think the Jags can keep up with this offense. I think Mahomes is going to be mad after that performance against the Titans. I mean, he threw it 60 times and still only won by 3 points in overtime because Malik Willis just couldn't complete a pass. We were right, though. The Titans covered that. We said no matter who was playing quarterback, they would cover. But yeah, give me the Chiefs, even though everything says go Jacksonville here.
I don't think everything says go Jacksonville. I'm just going to go Jacksonville. And I love the Raiders last week when they couldn't hold a 17-point lead. Like,
what's wrong with this team?
Like, I'm so done. Like, that's what I'm telling you. Like, it's been hard this year, and everyone's like, oh yeah, you know, people can rip you for your picks and stuff like that. I don't know. Like, I got a 17-point lead in the game, and a team can't hold the lead. Like, what do you want me to do? No, it's just
3 times they've blown a 17-point lead.
It's unbelievable, the Raiders, how bad they are. But here's the thing: Jacksonville, they came back and won that game. They showed life. As for Kansas City, they're inflated favorites all the time. People, you could take them. It's 9.5 now. It was 10.5. People are still going to bet Kansas City. Give me Jacksonville. I think this game, Kansas City will probably roll out a 7-point win. I'm still not sold on the Jaguars, but you know what? I'm not laying 9.5 points with Kansas City as a big favorite. They, you know what? I'm actually looking. They're 3-5 ATS this year, Drew. It's like, you know, and I know what they are, 0-4 ATS at home. Like, that's the thing. They haven't covered a home game yet. Give me Jacksonville. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, usually I would agree with you. The numbers say go Jacksonville. I mean, I know you love underdog cats, so that's Jaguars written all over it.
Yep.
I just think we're still waiting for that Mahomes to just pound on a low feeder, like a bottom feeder, throw 5 touchdowns and do his little 5 touchdown thing. And I think that happens this week. So yeah, give me the Chiefs. All right. Where do you think the tiebreaker's going on this one, Cam?
Chiefs.
Yes, you are correct. Chiefs fan, the tiebreaker, man. Mystery tiebreaker.
I don't know if he's a Chiefs fan. He just likes the betting on the Chiefs.
Fair. All right, moving on. New Orleans Saints going to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers, coming off a bye. Mike Tomlin, TJ Watt likely expected back. Steelers underdogs at home, Cam, by 2.5 points. You want me to start this one?
Yeah, sure.
I can. I love the Steelers in this spot. You're giving me Mike Tomlin to prepare for Andy Dalton for 2 weeks. Are you kidding me? I think this is an easy pick. This is going to be my minerals, Cam. I love the Steelers in this spot.
Oh, confidence, Drew. The old confidence line again. They'll feel like, okay, Pittsburgh's a lock. I mean, their offense isn't that good. I'll tell you one thing about the Saints too. Sure, they're not great, but people remember what they saw last. They could have made this line a pick them and people would take Pittsburgh. I don't know. It's not my first rodeo. I got to stick with what I know from betting for years. And right now I'm taking the Saints minus 2.5 in this spot. I think this is the thing about the Saints, right? When you expect them to be like crap or whatever, they do the opposite of what they're supposed to do. That's exactly.
I mean, they weren't good on Monday.
People thought they weren't. That's why I like them now, Drew. That's the NFL.
Fair,
honest to God,
bounce back.
Everyone's trying to say, no, they were awful. I watched Andy Dalton play. It wasn't all on him either. That team got him murdered out there. And that's the only issue I have in this game. If they give Dalton time, he'll pick apart Pittsburgh. But the thing is, will there be time? No. Pittsburgh's offense too. How are they going to score against the Saints? Anyway, probably the under is the play of the game, I guess. But we're taking sides. Give me the Saints minus 2.5, please.
Yeah, we're disagreeing again. That's 4 straight. All right. Tiebreaker, man. Like Pittsburgh Steelers plus 2.5 home dogs. We know Mr. Tiebreaker loves Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. All right, Cam, our Cleveland Browns, they've won us a lot of money. Probably my most profitable bet team this season has been the Cleveland Browns, and they're underdogs on the road in Miami. 3.5 points, Cam. You can start this one. Who do you like in this one and why?
Tough game. I'm going to go with Cleveland plus 3.5. I almost like every single underdog so far except for the Saints. So I'm going to take Cleveland plus 3.5. They have been better, Drew. On the road ATS, what are we talking about? 4-4. Miami, they're good. They didn't cover against the Bears. They still have a problem with that defense. I know Bradley Chubb's going to help them, but like Fields and the Bears kind of carved them up. Reverse line movement too. Open up at 4.5 down to 3.5 with money on Miami. That's always a pause for concern. So I will take Cleveland Brown plus 3.5. I wish I got the 4.5. Probably 4 by game time, but I'll take the 3.5 with Cleveland. Don't love it like you do though.
Yeah, I love the Browns like you knew I was going to. I don't trust Miami defense, Cam. I mean, they've been shredded in almost every game. And Cleveland, all they do is keep games close. Even their losses are like 3 points, 2 points, onside kick, 1 point. I think they've only been lost by more than 3 points in one of their losses this season. If Miami wins, I think it's tight. And honestly, I'm going to have a little sprinkle on the Cleveland money line because I think they can pull this one out.
Excellent. I like that, Drew. Good work.
Back on the same side. It's the Browns. The Browns unite us all, Cam.
We'll be on the same side with this next one too, I have a feeling.
We'll see. Okay. Minnesota going to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Cam, this line opened at 10.5 last week. It's down to 4. I think that's majorly because of Josh Allen's arm and his UCL sprain / small tear, whatever it is, whatever they're calling it. Mm-hmm. The Bills are 4-point favorites at home, Cam. Tell me who you're taking this and why it is the Minnesota Vikings. Is it?
Even if it's Case Keenum, I will take Buffalo. He used to play for Minnesota. The Bills lost to the Jets. I got to believe McDermott's basically having these guys like in hockey. It's like bag skating, right? Like he must be livid after that game. As for Minnesota, you beat Washington, big deal. Washington had many chances in that game. Buffalo's only laying 4 now. Even if Keenum starts, Drew, I'll take Buffalo in this spot. Bounce back spot at home, Minnesota in the elements out of their. I expect the Buffalo Bills to be rolling. They can't screw around anymore. Like the Jets are winning games. Other teams are winning games. This Buffalo,
and they don't have the tiebreaker anymore.
That's the thing. You got to take care of your business, Buffalo. I like the Bills by a touchdown here, and it's right now at the time we're betting it. It's 4. I don't care if it's Allen or Keenum. The Bills find a way at home and play a very solid game and win by a touchdown.
Did you see that play in the Washington-Minnesota game where Minnesota's up by 10 and the ref just takes the Minnesota defender out?
Yes.
He's like, I
was very happy.
He's got money on the Commanders then, eh?
Yeah, just like me.
Guys like me hoping Minnesota covers the 3.5. I'm just like, what? How is that legal? Like this guy just takes out Harrison Smith like he's just like, hey, boom. Like
I had some bad beats in some other games, so I need the refs helping out sometimes, Drew.
I can't believe that stuff. Like, what's he even looking at? It looks like he's like watching the Jumbotron.
Who's
like,
in a triple coverage too. It's like that's all
so embarrassing.
That's all you need to know about the NFL. There's a lot of weird stuff going on.
It's so embarrassing. Yeah, Cam, I'm on the Bills in this one too. 4 points. I think Minnesota are pretenders. They haven't been impressive in any of their wins. I know they only have one loss, and it's to the Eagles, but still.
What was your line again? I call it no paper instead of paper.
Oh
tigers,
yeah, teddy bear contenders.
Teddy bear tigers. Yeah, paper tigers, whatever it is. Minnesota, they're a 7-1 football team. They're good, but they're not a 7-1 football.
And no matter what it is, I don't care if it's 160 yards over under, whatever the Stephon Diggs over under is in this. He's going over. This is his first game against his old team.
Good call.
So revenge spots, Cam, for him. All right. The Denver Broncos going to Tennessee to take on the Titans. We don't know if Malik Willis is starting or if it's going to be Ryan Tannehill. Either way, Cam, I like the Broncos in this spot coming off a bye. I know Tennessee is a better football team on paper. Mike Vrabel's way better head coach. That goes without saying. I just like the Denver defense to be able to slow down this Titans offense. The Titans offense is just so one-dimensional with Derrick Henry right now.
You know what? We're reading each other's mail here. That game in London, Denver, you kind of saw something in the fourth quarter. I'm not saying Russell Wilson's, been great, but he's been a little bit better if they protect him. It's just one of those spots. I think this is a huge game for Denver. Yeah. They find a way. I'm with you. I think I'll take the 3 points with the Denver Broncos, and I think they win this game outright. So I'll definitely take the 3. Should be tight, but I got to take Denver. I agree with you, Drew. I think they go on the road and play a great game, and their defense wins this game. We're in agreement. I'll take Denver +3.
And I know we've been hating on Russell Wilson all season, but at the same time, he has been installed into a new offense, and the bye week usually helps these guys when they come out of it. So
yep.
But if he doesn't impress me this week, I'm going to be way off the Russell Wilson Subway / whatever, Mr.
Train.
Unlimited. Yeah. Whatever you want to call himself. That guy.
Subway. Eat fresh.
Yeah. No, what is it? The Danger Witch.
Anyway, that commercial's not on the air anymore. It didn't go over very well. Now it's Scotty Barnes. Bullway.
Yeah. Well, that's Raptors. In Canada. We don't know. It might be on the,
sorry.
Yeah.
Good commercial though. The guy's making a lot of money. He's doing a lot of ads. Anyway, what do we got here?
Houston going to New York, take on the Giants, coming off a bye, Cam. Brian Dable.
Can I grab some Pepto-Bismol?
Yeah, you gonna watch this game, Cam? It looks this is like prime spot, big screen TV. I don't know. This game's a disaster. I'm just gonna go with the home team and the Giants just because it's Dable off a bye, and I know Brian Dable can scheme something up to beat the Texans by more than a touchdown.
I don't understand. So the line's gone down from 6 to 4.5. That's kind of an interesting scenario there. I know the Texans haven't been good, but one thing I really liked about what I saw is that rookie running back, Drew Pierce, is an absolute stud.
Yep.
And he was just so good in that game against Philadelphia. And the Houston played pretty well in that game. Now, the thing about the Giants is they're winning, they're winning football games. They're a 6-2 football team, but asking them to cover numbers at home, I think is a different story. I think they'll win this game by like 4 and lose by the hook. I'm getting 4.5 with Houston. So I will take Houston +4.5. Don't love it.
Cam, you get 6.5 with me, not 4.5.
It says 4.5 right now.
Well, I got 6.5 on my sheet, so even more points for you to pick the.
I'll take 6.5.
Yeah. Really? You can't complain about that. You can't complain.
No, I won't. Okay. Anyway, you got to email me the spread so I document them because I thought that Charger spread I still don't like. I thought that line was like 2.5, 3. And you're telling me it's 3.5. But anyway, send me the numbers because I got to start being a better.
I will send you it. I mean, if you don't want the 6.5,
I think you're pulling the wool over my. No. It says 4.5 here, but I'll take.
All right.
I'll take. You know what? How about we call it 6? Want to go 6? Or 6.5.
I'm giving you that.
You're giving me 6.5?
Yeah,
I'll take 6.5. Okay. Yeah. What the hell's going on? What's the next game?
All right. Well, we need the tiebreaker first. The tiebreaker in this game.
Where is Bagman?
The Giants.
Of course, he likes the G-man.
6.5. Yeah, that's
of course. There you go.
All right, moving on. The Indianapolis Colts and your favorite head coach Jeff Saturday with his new OC, 30-year-old Parks Frazier. Cam. This is going to be a disaster.
Colts, I don't even care if the Raiders win by 30. I'm so mad at that team for what they did to me last week. This is another spite bet.
That's what I mean.
Maybe the players play for Jeff Saturday. Maybe this Parks Frazier guy actually calls a game. Maybe Ellinger makes a play and doesn't get sacked 9 times. Maybe the Raiders win by 20. Maybe they win by 3. Maybe they lose outright. I will take 6 points with the Indianapolis Colts because I'm not laying 6 with the Raiders. I don't care. End of discussion.
Cam, it's just like, is Josh McDaniels the worst head coach ever?
One of, as I said before, 20 times on these shows, everybody from the Patriots tree, other than Bill Belichick, sucks.
Yeah, it's
like,
insane
think about it. Think about it. All these guys, all these geniuses. No, all suck. Patricia sucks. All these
I
guys
guess
stink.
Brian Dable's like
he's the only guy.
He could be good. Yeah. I mean,
only guy. Other rest, all of his other cronies, they stink.
Yeah.
What do you like? You like the Colts?
I can't take Jeff. I can't take a coach who's never coached before, Cam, and an OC who's never called plays before against a team that's a legitimate NFL team, even though they blow 17-point leads. I just can't do it. I got to go with the Raiders. I don't know why. How can you trust a guy who's never coached in college or NFL, Cam, to coach an NFL team, and then trust an OC who's never called plays before in college or the NFL to call an NFL game? It's just, I don't know what Jim Irsay's doing. Is he just tanking outright? Like, and then he says, like, we're in the top quartiles of. Did you see that quote from him?
Yeah, from the man that's had a few drinks in my life. Irsay, I think, likes to hit the cocktails pretty hard. Like, he's got that look like he's drunk all the time. But yeah. Anyway, the thing is, he just doesn't care. He doesn't want an analytics man. He's sick and tired of the new NFL with all these guys and their numbers. Hire Jeff Saturday. I'm not saying it's a good hire, bad hire, whatever. The Colts season's they screwed this thing up. Here's a tip, Indianapolis. You could have done it from the start. Draft a young quarterback instead of trying to win with all these guys. Hell, Phillip Rivers was the best quarterback they ever had.
How is this Frank Reich's fault? All those guys done is won football games with the quarterbacks you've just given him over the last 3 seasons. And like,
well, I don't know. The thing is, it's not Frank Reich's fault, but look at Pete Carroll. Everyone was ripping him, and Seattle actually had a game plan to get rid of an older quarterback and go with a younger guy, and it's worked for them. So maybe they all should have got on the same page. And that's the problem with Indianapolis. They just think they can win with some like veteran quarterback that can't move. The NFL's changed. You at least have to be fluent in the pocket. Every guy they have is a statue. Ellinger's, the problem with him is he can actually move a little bit, but he has no experience. So
and he also has no run game to complement him with Jonathan Taylor.
That's another
playing,
thing.
So.
Taylor's been, he's hurt. They've been awful. They got rid of Hines to the Bills. It's a disaster, Drew. Just give me the Colts though. See, after I said all that, give me the 6 points.
Yeah, it's a disaster. That's why this might be worse than the Houston game. Tiebreaker, mystery tiebreaker man is going with the Colts as well, Cam. So both of you guys trusting Jeff Saturday, surprising. All right. The Dallas Cowboys going to Green Bay to take on Aaron Rodgers and that unstoppable offense, likely without Aaron Jones, who's dealing with an ankle sprain, likely without Romeo Doubs, who's dealing with his own injury. Cam, just give me Dallas, just blind. I can't bet on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I know what, Drew. I'm the same thing. And the best is the line. It's actually gone up. So we have to bet it at 5. Do you have 5 for Dallas? Yep. Okay, good. We're on the same page there. People are going to think Green Bay is a lock as a home dog. I don't think so. This is also Dallas's coach McCarthy's revenge tour. It's worked well for Geno Smith this year. You don't think he wants to go in there and beat the living crap out of Green Bay? Trust me, if Dallas is up, they're going to put it on their throat. I would love it. I'm going to say this. I'm not even a Cowboys fan. I would love Dallas to go in there and win this game by 21 and embarrass the Packers. Give me Dallas, another spite bet. -5 on Dallas. Let's go.
Cam, Green Bay couldn't score on the line. Do you think they're scoring on Dallas? Like,
I just hope Dallas shows up and like murders these guys.
So, coming off a bye, I mean, they should be prepped for it. If they're not, then McCarthy should be fired, because if this is one game you want to get your guys up for, it's against your former team. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is a mess, Cam. Green Bay's a mess. Is he done after the season, or is he just going to go off and play for like the 49ers or something?
Yeah, maybe that's what they're saying, but I hate to sound like a jerk, but all these great quarterbacks, I'd like to see them all kind of go, like Tom Brady. Like it's time. Like it's been hard to watch this year. These guys have been fantastic, and I don't want to sound. I just want them to leave. Like it's time for the new generation, Drew. Like me, I'm an old horse. You put me out to pasture. It's time. It's time to go. Anyway, give me Dallas, buddy.
I like how you said.
You
said put me out to pasture, and you made the shotgun noise. So it's like, what did you say? I didn't mean you want to be taken behind the shed, then?
Yeah. I'm like that old horse with like, it's just put me out of my misery. But anyway, let's hope that we're not miserable. Dallas -5.
Yeah, well, maybe Green Bay's old Yeller, take him behind the shed. All right, Arizona going to LA, Cam, to take on the Rams. The Rams are 3-point favorites at home, coming off embarrassing performance against Tampa Bay. They should have easily won that football game, and they didn't somehow. But the Cardinals, just as bad a performance. So you can start this one, Cam. Which bad team are you going with here?
I'm going to go with the Cardinals just because I wish I got it open 3.5. I'm only getting 3 now, but I'll take the 3-point home dog. Arizona was brutal against Seattle, and that was on part of it on Kyler Murray. You ever learn how to hold a football before? It's not
Cam, what did I tell you? I told you Modern Warfare. Remember Call of Duty?
it's not just that. It's just he doesn't protect the ball. He actually made, and another thing is the guy's yelling at Hopkins on the sidelines. Dude, he's your best player. You got a touchdown. Like, Kyler Murray, let's call it out for what it is. He is not a leader of men. But then again, I look at the Rams and they're broken. They're like a broken down horse too. And I'm asking these guys to win 3 games. Like they were horrible. Give me a dog in this game. One thing is it's going to be a close game. So I might as well take the dog in Arizona. Horrible game.
Yeah, I don't like the reverse line movement, Cam, but I got to go with the Rams. I can't trust Kyler Murray. Call of Duty still a good game, still just came out. He's still playing it, and we saw the Rams absolutely obliterate this guy in the playoffs last season. So they know how to stop him. They know how to slow him down. Hopkins or no Hopkins, it doesn't matter to me. Give me the Rams. Mystery tiebreaker man is also going with the Rams. Cam. Yeah, I mean, if anything, I think you take the over in this football game because I don't think the defenses are very good, and it's only 43. But we'll see. All right. Sunday Night Football. Oh, sorry, this game was flexed out of Sunday Night Football, Cam. The Chargers going to San Fran to take on the 49ers. San Fran 7-point favorites at home. That's a big spread, Cam. Tell me why the Chargers can cover this number because I have a tough time believing in this LA team.
I'm going to tell you, I'm actually going to take San Francisco.
Ooh.
I don't know why. It's a lot of points, but I don't believe in the Chargers. The Chargers could have lost to Atlanta. They're so flaky.
They should have lost that game.
They're just, I don't understand this team. The fact that they're 5-3, like people expect them to be good. I don't know about the injuries by the time of taping here, but if they have all those guys out, San Francisco is going to murder these guys. That's what I worry about, but I will take San Francisco. Line open at 6. It's up to 7. Interesting. People, they'll get some Charger money at 7, but not mine. I'll take San Francisco. I love what McCaffrey's doing with this team. I think San Francisco might murder these guys.
You got to give me San Fran as well, Cam. They have a bye week to build off of Christian McCaffrey's 3 touchdown performance, 1 through the air, 1 on the ground, and 1 through receiving. Yeah, I just think San Fran's a better football team all around besides the quarterback position. And even that, Herbert has not played well this season, Cam. Yeah.
The whole team, like they're just not that good.
I think Staley's gone. Even though they're 5-3, they are not a 5-3 football team. So give me San Fran, Cam, to get back on this. They need this win. They can't go to 4-5. They need to go to 5-4, and I think they do it in style.
Agreed.
All right, Monday Night Football, Cam. We saw the Philadelphia Eagles unable to cover a big spread on Thursday last week, but they've had 10 days to or 11, I guess, because it's Monday, to prep for the Washington Commanders. They're 10.5-point favorites at home. You can start this one.
Wow, Drew, does it get any easier this week? I'm looking at every game going coin flip, coin flip. I was going to say,
you think this one's easy?
Oh, no. Are you kidding me? This has been like the hardest week, and I can't even do well the weeks before when I think it's going to be easier. Give me Washington. If I were to play this game, I'd probably take Philly first half, but I've talked about this with some people. I think the back door might be swinging open with a big spread like that. Imagine Philadelphia up 17 and old Heineken mufflers, Heineken beer goes down there and bam, next thing you know, they lose by 10 and I win by the hook. Philadelphia's got to win by 11. It's going to be very close to the number. I will take the dog and the Commanders. Depending where you bet it last week at 3.5, you could have got the winner of the push. Hey, you know what? They almost have the same. What is Philadelphia? They're 4-0 ATS at home, though. That's concerning, but 5-3 on the season, and Washington's 4-4-1. Give me the Commanders plus the points, divisional game. Give me 10.5.
Yeah, my only worry is that Washington doesn't have an official to play safety for them to interfere with the triple coverage in this game, yes. Cam. Yeah, is this Philly flexing their NFC East muscle and just putting the boot on the Washington throat, or is it Washington keeping it close? I can't trust Philly to cover this 10.5 in a division game. It's a lot of points.
I agree.
I mean, I could, but then again, could we not easily see Philly winning this game 35-3? Like, yes. It wouldn't shock me.
No,
but I have to take 10.5 in a division game.
Me too.
All right,
Cam. We're on the same page. What are you going to do? Minerals.
Yeah, we were not. We weren't confident this week. Surprisingly, watch. We'll go like 9-4 or whatever it is. We'll have a good week.
You're right. If we go like with having no like confidence in anything we're doing right now, and I'm like a mush, like let's just. Basically, let's have no confidence. We roll it this week. This is the way we play the card every week. No confidence.
Just no confidence. Just let people watch us just not be confident in any of our picks. All right. Well, I'm confident in these 3 picks, Cam. We'll start with our bronze. Do you want to start? Or would you like me to?
Yeah, I'll start this week. I'll go with the Denver Broncos +3 as my bronze pick against Tennessee. I'm with you, Drew. I really think this is a spot for them. People will look at Tennessee and what they did against Kansas City, which was really damn impressive, but I think this is a turnaround spot for Denver right now. I know they haven't been great on the road, but this is Denver's week, in my opinion. I'll take 3 with Denver, and I think they can win the game outright.
I like that pick, Cam. So you say a little sprinkle on the money line then?
Yep, I will. I will sprinkle on the money line. Denver +3, right. Please.
I will stick with the AFC West for my bronze pick, and it's the Las Vegas Raiders going against the inexperienced Jeff Saturday, inexperienced OC and Parks Frazier, inexperienced quarterback. If there was ever a time where you could win a game by a touchdown, it's against this Colts team, Cam. If McDaniels can't do this, just fire him. Just fire him.
I thought you said you took the Colts with me.
No,
I thought you were on the Colts.
I was on the Raiders.
You should check the tape. But anyway.
We can check the tape because the mystery tiebreaker was on the Colts with you.
Really? You like the Raiders?
Oh, okay. Yes, I said the inexperienced can't do it. Cam, I'm on the Raiders, the bronze. Who are you going with as your silver?
Silver pick. I'll go with the Cleveland Browns plus 3.5 against Miami. I think they can win this game as well. I'm taking all small dogs, 3.5 point dogs that can win outright. This team, you know what? I don't care. I just believe in them. And I think Miami, the problem is Miami, they have problems stopping people. Like you had problems like stopping the Detroit Lions. I don't know with Nick Chubb in that offense, but I'll take the points with Cleveland and hope for the best. Drew, give me 3.5 with Cleveland.
Cam, I have the exact same silver pick. It's the Cleveland Browns. I think they win this game outright. Never mind cover that number. So I have to take them plus 3.5. I will have a decent size sprinkle on this game as well and on the money line. So I will take them as my silver. Who is your best pick of the week, Cam?
Gold. If you're going to give me Buffalo at 4, I don't care if you're quarterbacking the Bills. Give me Buffalo -4 against Minnesota, 10.5. And if it's Case Keenum, I don't care. Case Keenum used to play for the Vikings. And one thing I know about him is when he gets inserted into the games, he likes to keeping jobs in the NFL. He likes to produce and be a clip. He's great at carrying a clipboard, Drew. But when he gets in the game,
he's like a Chad Henne. He just
but he's better. But he's better. That's the thing. And he's a smaller guy. I worry about that. But now I got 4 with an angry Buffalo Bills team. This is the week I think Minnesota takes the foot off the gas and actually gets beat down. I like the Bills by at least a touchdown in this game. So give me Buffalo Bill as my gold.
You're not worried about Kirk Cousins wearing
I'm worried about waking up tomorrow, Drew. But yeah, I'll take Buffalo -4. But the Vikings they're great, but 7-1. No, they're not. Buffalo at home. If Buffalo is mad in this game, Minnesota is in big trouble.
Fair. All right, Cam, my gold pick is the Dallas Cowboys going to Green Bay to take on Rodgers. I think they obliterate these guys. Listen, they couldn't score against Detroit. Dallas's defense is tenfold what the Lions defense is. I think they sack Rodgers 8 times, embarrass him in front of his home fans, so much so that after the game, he's questioning whether he should continue his career this season. Maybe he calls it quits. Maybe they switch to Jordan Love. I wouldn't blame.
That's not happening.
I just wouldn't blame them. Cam, would you blame them for benching Aaron Rodgers if they can't win this football game?
Aaron Rodgers is unbenchable at this point. He'll just
if
let him play it out.
3-7,
it doesn't matter. They're not putting Love in the game. I'm telling you, Aaron Rodgers, for what he's done for that franchise, Drew, there's no way.
Done what? He's won.
Well, I don't know. Been an above average score, buddy. I don't even like the guy, and I'm just saying.
All he's done is choke in the playoffs.
What's Jordan Love going to do if Aaron Rodgers can't figure it out? What the hell is Jordan Love going to do?
I'm saying. You go full tank. You go get top 5 pick.
I get it. Yeah. But it's going to be hard for them to bench Rodgers. Come on, Drew. You know that.
I agree.
You think that guy wants to get embarrassed? He's got enough problems as it is now. That guy being benched, I guarantee if he's benched, he's never going to be a Packer again. He's gone. And good as gone.
He's never going to be a Packer again anyway.
No, he might
never. Let's be serious.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think just him and LaFleur do not look like they get along.
So no, I actually started to think they hate each other.
Yeah, that's
LaFleur what threw him under the bus now too. So now everyone's throwing, it's not just Rodgers blaming people. LaFleur blamed him, saying he made bad plays in the red zone. So you know what? Green Bay is an absolute dumpster fire right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, so for those people that are still surviving in survivor pools, the few of you that are left, Cam, give us your top 3 picks that you think are good for survivor pool players. And keep in mind
pool players.
Keep in mind some of the good big teams are
Kansas City. Probably you've used them. If you want to be ballsy, take Drew's Raiders as a survivor pick, but that's a recipe for getting killed. And another one. How about Dallas on the road? If we're going to be real bold, probably people have used Philadelphia or San Francisco. So let's get a little bit bold as we do these picks. I've been knocked out as survivor, I think 3 or 4 times already this year. So how about Dallas as a bold pick?
I like that, Cam. I agree with you. I'd say San Fran, KC, or
Dallas and if
Vegas.
If you got really big stones, the Raiders.
Yeah, if you got the stones. I mean, you might not have any big teams left, Cam. So if you had to pick between San Fran and Las Vegas, I might pick Vegas.
I'd go San Fran. Yeah, I'd go San Fran.
It's close. I don't know. Anyways, thank you for joining us for week 10, Cam. Again, let's have some good picks, and we will see you. And I'll be at the Bills game this weekend, Cam.
Hey, have fun. Hey,
I might wear the chains like Kirk Cousins.
Do it.
I'm hoping Case Keenum's not the quarterback because it'll be more fun to watch Josh Allen. But it's nice to see those ticket prices.
It would be nice, Drew, if the Bills just cover the damn number. That'll be fun.
Fair. And I'll shoot you a text and tell you the weather to what to bet on the
Please
over
do.
once I'm there. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us for week 10. We will see you next week on the Drew and Stu podcast.
This has been Drew and Stu, presented by Sports Interaction, Canada's sportsbook. Follow Drew at Producer Drew and Cam at Cam Stewart Live. May the winners be yours and all of the best bets hit.